grow up, you know, never doubting the fact that she can be anything she wants to be if she's good enough and works hard enough.
Here, Francesca.
It seems that every other weekend or so in Glasgow, a young woman, probably around my age, is attacked or raped walking home from work or a night out. How do you address that as a society without turning into a big surveillance-heavy place?
It's a really important question, Francesca. It's also a really timely question, obviously, given the horrendous events in Glasgow over the past
We need to be a bit careful with that,
week. Obviously. But anyway, you know, my thoughts and everybody's thoughts are with the family of that young woman just now. But your question is, how do we make women safe in the streets? And I think the first thing we should do is to say that women generally are safe walking the streets of Glasgow or any other city. Most, and this is a shocking thing to say as well.
I would have agreed with you up until the last few months.
Yeah, okay.
I'm from Glasgow, and a lot of my friends my age as well. We're now not feeling the way that we used to.
I'm not trying to disagree with you. I'm going to come on and try and address your question. What I was going to say though was, it is still the case, and this in itself is shocking and has to be addressed, that most women who are attacked will be attacked by somebody in their own home, somebody they know, rather than by somebody random, unknown to them in the street. So I don't say that to disagree with you, just to put it into context. I live in Glasgow as well, so you know, I've spoken to young women who would say exactly what you've said, that whether it's real or whether it's a perception, there is less of a confidence about walking the streets, and we need to deal with that. We need to do that through police presence on the streets. We need to do it through, I guess, you know, solidarity and being very, very clear as women that we're not going to allow ourselves to be, you know, unsafe on the streets. We've got to tackle every single, in every area of society, the idea that violence of any form against women is acceptable. It's unacceptable in whatever form it takes. And we've got to make sure we're supporting the efforts and the agencies and the organisations that work to help that. There's no one single answer. If I could sit here and give you the one single magic bullet answer, believe me, I would do it. You know, I went to university in Glasgow. I've lived in Glasgow now since I was 18 years old. And when I was at university, you know, I walked about the streets of Glasgow on my own at night. My mother used to go, in fact, if she's listening to this, she will go mad hearing me say that. And felt totally safe. I've always felt safe in Glasgow, and I do not want any young woman now not feeling safe on the streets of the city that I'm, you know, so proud is home.
Well, there isn't a magic answer that you can give to this, but I feel like the pragmatic answer is a police presence, and the worst thing that I think that could happen is this perverse effect of people in Glasgow feeling less safe because the police are patrolling quite, you know, vehemently.
Well, there's got to be a balance in these things. A police presence, visible police presence, makes people feel safer. You don't want the police to be intrusive in all of that, so you've got to get that balance right. But we absolutely, as a city, have to say very clearly that we want the streets of our city to be safe for women and for everybody. You know, last summer we had the most wonderful experience in Glasgow with the Commonwealth Games, where we had folk from all over the world. Glasgow is a friendly city. It is, by international standards, a safe city. But you know, there's no point me sitting here and saying that if young women like you don't feel safe. So if that's what you're saying to me, I take that very seriously. And we have to make sure that we are doing what needs to be done to make young women feel safe in what I think is one of the best cities in the world.
We've got another couple of questions. Andrew first.
Okay. I'm from a small town called Linwood, which in 2011 suffered the indignity of being called the official worst town in Scotland. But since then, it's thanks to the work of local volunteers.